Zanchi starts on pole yet again, and it's the same front row with Safraz right there in behind him. Dewald and Akari right there on the road to Milian Brulez and Solera and Temilolua with great qualifying times there. Paka Yucatan, his first time entering the top 10 since a while. Further down, outside of the top 10, the Ferraris not having a great day, and it's a very, very similar story at the back. The two Red Bulls locking out the back row. Let's get into it. It's a wet one here in the streets of Great Britain, and the race in Silverstone is now underway. Safraz not off to the best of starts. He's kind of alongside. He's trying to make the move there on Zanchi. Could he take it around the outside into oh no, he can't. Akari trying to go around the outside of the McLaren. He is there and he's taking it all the way around the outside of the McLaren, and Dewald right behind is losing positions while his teammate has moved up ahead of him. Akari trying to go down the inside of Zanchi here. They're side by side, the two Williams cars going into Luffield, and there goes Dewald. I think no, it's Namzar. He's trying to take the move to Akari there, but Akari's still gaining on his teammate as they move into Cops. They go side by side, nearly contact between the two Williams cars as Safraz gets the move round the outside of Namzar there, and there's a few cars below jockeying for position here. The Audi, a McLaren, another Mercedes there, who's lost loads of positions there. Frank Summerfield trying to make the overtake on Temilolua. He's being squeezed out to the outside of the track as they go into Stowe Corner. The two Red Bulls swapping position, or almost swapping position, as they now make their way through out of Club Corner. It will be Zanchi that leads the race here. Well, Brulez has been holding up Summerfield for a good 8 laps now. It's getting tight and it's getting close between them. Summerfield pulls out to the inside line as they go into Cops side by side. Brulez trying to stick his foot in, trying to keep his front wheels somewhat close to him, but he has to concede the position to the McLaren. He's just not fast enough, and he's way too far back, trying to gain up positions. But Akari, he is now 9/10 back from his teammate. Could we see him make a move for the lead? Zanchi has said no to that question. He has gained another 2 seconds on Akari. That is just Kim. Oh, there's a safety car, and Safraz is out. His engine has broken down in the middle of the track, and Safraz is out of this Grand Prix. This is to the great benefit of Zanchi here, meaning he will most definitely lead the championship by many points if he can finish first. Now everyone in for slick tyres. The rain has let up during this safety car. Williams going for the double stack. The Mercedes cars of Dewald, Namzar, they'll all follow suit coming into the pit lane. The McLaren of Summerfield, the Porsche of Brulez, and so on. All heating up their tyres. Apart from Akari, is there some team orders being put out here by the Williams team? Could we see Akari try and hold up the rest of the grid with some cold tyres? I'm not sure how well that would work, but the safety car will be in this lap. Zanchi now controls the pace as they move through the Vale chicane and into Club Corner. When will Zanchi hit the brake pedal? He puts foot to the floor now, and he's already breaking away from Akari. This must have been planned. Already a second clear from the rest of the field. Summerfield trying to make a move further down the grid. He's made an overtake on Temilolua, I think, and he's trying to take it around the outside, but Temilolua makes the overtake round the outside of the McLaren, and they're still side by side through this section. But Temilolua gets the move done, and he makes the move on the Mercedes up ahead. Zanchi still leading this Grand Prix, and up ahead Dewald trying to make things down the outside of the Williams car there. He's not able to fully get it. The Williams of Akari forcing him off, but Dewald comes back with a great use of battery there, and the McLaren of Summerfield also making the double overtake on Temilolua and the Williams of Akari. But they're still all 2 by 2 as they go into Maggots and Beckett's. It's going to get very hairy here. The Williams of Akari just about able to stick his foot in, but not enough to hold it. The two Porsche cars still side by side here as they make their way on down to Magnussen. Beckett is very tight here onto the grass from Nubert Nunes. Milian Brules round the outside, just keeps his foot in. What a set of moves here. Milian Brules on the softer tyre. No, Nubert Nunes on the softer tyre. They're moving left to right as they make their way into... Oh, very tight there. Nubert Nunes tries to make the overtake there into Stowe, but that's allowed Paco Yucatan to get even closer. But Paco Yucatan goes deep, and the Ferrari of Grace Hunter is allowed to make his way alongside the Audi as they move onto lap 15, side by side, going into turn 1. Won Young in the Aston Martin making the move on Paco Yucatan there. Paco Yucatan goes for the move round the outside, late on the brakes of the Ferrari and the Aston Martin at the same time. He's back up into P10. Could he be on for some more points today as they exit the corner? Lesnar right on the back of the BMW Sauber it is in Monkey Cloud, but Nubert Nunes shifts over to the outside, the inside, sorry, but he's being forced out. But in the end, it's the two Porsche cars working in tandem to get the move done on the BMW, but it's not fully done for Milian Brules, and it's not fully done for Nubert Nunes as Monkey Cloud is defending his position here with resilience, going into cops, and he's almost over the curb and onto the grass there. They are still jockeying for position into Maggots, into Beckett. Oh, the Porsche of Milian Brules gets alongside the Porsche of Nubert Nunes as they're coming out on to the straight, and Nubert Nunes loses out there. He is already a few seconds back as we've got the top three over there, but in to the next set of corners they go. Out of Stowe, there's a lapped car there blocking the way. Milian Brules trying to get down the inside of his teammate, but he's being held up by the lapped car, and he's gone wide, and Paco Yucatan goes through into club corner. What a move. Zanchi still dominating this race, but it's beginning to rain again, and he's gonna peel into the pit lane, ready to put on those intermediate tyres that will be the same for the Mercedes and McLaren and many others further down. But they've left out Akari here. They are really messing up his race today. First the hards as Paco Yucatan gets the move down the inside, staying out on those medium soft tyres, hard tyres, my bad. But Sorneran comes in to the pit lane to put on his intermediates, but the Porsche team, the only team willing to make the double stack here, as it would probably cost both their drivers less time. Let's see how the stop is. He's had to wait Milian Brules, but it's all fine. Akari now right on the back of Nubert Nunes. He was the first car in that double stack, so he is trying to make the most of what they've got here as onto the straight they go. Akari still gaining on the Porsche car. He shifts over to the inside, gets down the inside, trying to take it around the outside, but the Porsche keeps his foot in and squeezes him to the outside furthest of the track as they go through onto the straight as they head into Cops. The Williams trying to get his foot in, but Nubert Nunes holds it around the outside, and here comes Akari back as they go into Maggots and Beckett. Nubert Nunes trying to hang it around the outside. He's trying to keep his foot in, but he can't, and he's had to yield the position to Akari. He's moving over to the right hand side of the track to try and pick up as much standing water as he can, but it's not enough to stay with him. Yucatan holding up quite the train here with Won Young behind him. As you can see, Yucatan also using the strategy of moving over to the right hand side to get as much standing water as possible. But here comes Won Young. He's going to move over to the right hand side. It's the better spot if you want to make an overtake, as there's loads of water there. That is where the water is. And then they move into the Vale chicane, and he goes wide. Won Young moves through up into P12, and Paco Yucatan is trying to keep his foot in, trying to hang it around the outside of turn 1. What a move from the Mexican. He's back up and trying to jockey for position into turn 3. There he goes. He's made the position back up into P12. Just sitting in P3 right now. Oh, there's a virtual safety car. It's Akari. Akari with the second breakdown of the race. You can see his car just in the background of Nubert Nunes over there. And that is going to be disappointing for the Williams team. Now, cast your minds back to this time last season. This time last season, Zanchi in the Williams only had 22 points. It was a decent season that time. You would have called it a success for the Williams team. But now, he has 105, and he's about to add 25 to that tally. ever since turn 1. He has not looked back. He's looked so dominant this entire race. He's gliding through. He's already set the fastest lap, but he's going faster even on this last lap. And in a season where Williams looks so fast, where they look so dominant, he has toppled over Dewald, he has beat Safraz, he has beat Summerfu, and as he moves through the Vale chicane and into Club Corner, we will be saying for the first time ever, Sanchi will win the British Grand Prix in 2026. What a win for the Williams car. And Dewald will be coming home for another podium in second place, with Summerfu achieving a reasonable and respectable third place.